Hello, everyone. Tonight we're looking at the book When Crickets Cry by Charles Martin. I did a previous video on the beginning of the book. Right now I'm kind of in the middle of the book, and then the next video we will conclude with the end of the book, not giving anything away, but just asking some questions. Tonight we have some questions, three main questions that were brought up in the book, but we're going to focus on three things that happened. The first thing, we find out why Reese, that main character, why he is so driven in his previous career. I'm not going to tell you what his career is, but he becomes so driven that it becomes something bigger than him, bigger than his own life, and he really makes a difference in the world. So think about what drives you, what motivates you, and also think, do you do better if you're pushed by something where someone is telling you to do something or something to that effect? Or do you have more energy if you are being pulled or called by something that's greater than you? It could be anything. But with me personally, I would say if I'm called to do something, that's much more motivating to me than being pushed by something else. The second thing is we find out why crickets cry in this book, and why it's given that name, When Crickets Cry, and how you hear crickets cry. And it's not necessarily with your ears. Let's just say that. So the questions I have there is, what do you hear with your heart? Maybe you sense something or someone that is going through a hard time and you reach out and help them. Or maybe you sense something that's off in your own life and you change directions. Or maybe you are called to do something that is larger than you, that you think you can't handle by yourself, but maybe there's something larger in you, or there's something that you're being called to, and you can go further than what you even think you can handle. Think about that question. And the third thing from this book, When Crickets Cry by Charles Martin, is someone that's very important in Reese's life, who is the narrator. He is the main character of the book. Someone very important in his life trusts him with the life of another person. It's literally the life of another person is put in his hands, and we see what happens. And what happens in the end when he is given all of that responsibility. It's quite the responsibility. So I have a question for you. Is there someone that trusts you with something very important? Maybe it's to perform a task, maybe it's at work, or just someone in your life that wants you to do something. Or maybe it's a leadership role that you have at work, or you have just in the community or in society. Or maybe you have a child and God trusts you with that child. And just think about that. That question, who trusts you with something very important in this world? So that is the book, When Crickets Cry, for this week. We're going to have one more video. It won't be next week because I'll be on vacation, but it'll be the following week that I record it. So if you haven't checked out the book, When Crickets Cry by Charles Martin, you definitely should. I highly recommend it. And we'll just end it right there. We will see you next time to conclude the book, When Crickets Cry. Bye.